Islamabad, Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif says there were moments in the final stretch of negotiations between the United States and Iran when the talks appeared close to collapse. Each time he told the National Assembly on Monday it was Field Marshal Asim Munir, Pakistan's powerful military chief, who kept the deliberations alive.
Deir el-Balah, Gaza Strip, Israeli forces shot and killed a 3-year-old boy as his father carried him in central Gaza. The family has said Rayyan Abu al-Ajin was shot in the Wadi al-Salka area of Deir el-Balah Governorate on Sunday afternoon, and his body was taken to the Al-Aqsa Martyrs Hospital on Monday.
The United Kingdom's Court of Appeal has ruled that the British government was right to proscribe the Palestine Action activist group as a terrorist organisation last year. Palestine Action is a British protest group which was founded 6 years ago and describes itself as a movement committed to ending global participation in Israel's genocidal and apartheid regime. Fox confirmed Monday that it is acquiring streaming company Roku in a stock and cash deal valued at around $22 billion. Fox said the deal would create a media and technology company positioned around two trends reshaping video consumption: the continued appeal of live sports and news and the growth of streaming. Fox says the deal will create the third largest television company in the United States. The transaction combines Fox's news and sports channels, along with its free ad-supported streaming service Tubi, with Roku's connected TV platform.
Sarvam has raised $234 million at a $1.5 billion evaluation, the company announced on Monday. The Bengaluru-based company is now India's newest AI unicorn, as governments and companies seek greater control over critical artificial intelligence technologies and computing infrastructure. $150 million of that money will come from HCL Tech, the IT subsidiary of Indian conglomerate HCL Group and lead strategic investor in the round. Bessemer Venture Partners also participated alongside existing backers Khosla Ventures and Peak 15 Partners. Sarvam hopes to raise a total of $300 million for its Series B round.
Pakistan Navy has opened online registration for Sailor Batch B 2026, offering opportunities for Pakistani male candidates in different branches. As per the advertisement, candidates can submit their online applications from the 14th of June 2026 to the 5 July 2026 through the official Pakistan Navy recruitment website.
Bitcoin fell 13% in June to 64,394, adding to a much larger decline from its record high above $123,000 in July 2025, according to CNBC. The world's largest cryptocurrency has now lost nearly half its value from that peak, raising fresh questions about how investors should treat Bitcoin inside a broader portfolio.
Sealed second production copy of Super Mario Bros. For the NES has sold for $3 million at auction. Heritage Auctions described the copy as the most significant video game ever offered at auction. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has called for a transparent investigation into the death of a 9-year-old Australian girl who was fatally shot during an incident involving police and armed robbers in Pakistan's Punjab province. Hania Ahmed, who was visiting Pakistan with her family, was killed on June 10 after armed suspects allegedly took the family hostage inside their rental vehicle in Chakwal. The incident escalated into a confrontation with police, resulting in an exchange of gunfire. Or Samsung could introduce majors with the Galaxy S27 Ultra in early 2027, as Apple is reportedly preparing major upgrades for the iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max later this year. A new rumor claims that Samsung is planning 3 important changes for its next Ultra flagship. These could address long-running complaints about the camera setup, battery capacity, and wireless charging support.
Gilgit-Baltistan Chief Election Commissioner Raja Shahbaz Khan on Monday announced the postponement of local bodies polls in the region, scheduled for August 2 to September 27. Earlier this month, the GB Election Commission had announced conducting the local bodies elections across the region on August 02.
Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese on Monday called for a transparent inquiry into the shooting of Hania Ahmad by the Punjab Crime Control Department, CCD, earlier this week, according to The Guardian. Adil Ahmed, 39. His wife, Dr. Sidra Khan, their daughter Hania Ahmed, 9, and son Arfan Ahmed, 10, were shot at during a robbery when CCD personnel opened fire on their vehicle, mistaking it for that of robbers. As a result, Hania died on the spot, while Adil and Arfan were critically injured. Dr. Khan remained unhurt.
Starbucks in South Korea will shut all its shops for half a day next week so staff can attend a history lesson following public outrage over a promotional campaign that evoked a deadly crackdown on pro-democracy protesters. The coffee chain faced widespread criticism after it launched a tank day of the usable cup promotion, in which it blamed the Gwangju uprising, in which at least 165 civilians were killed by the military. Many believe the real figure to be much higher.
The risk that a traveller infected with Ebola could arrive in the United States during the 2026 World Cup tournament that kicked off last week is low but not zero. And if that happens, US hospitals are ready to respond. US infectious disease experts say it was not always so. Or the number of confirmed cases in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, DRC, Ebola outbreak has surged to 782, with 178 deaths, marking one of the largest daily jumps so far as regional conflict, patient escapes, and limited contact tracing undermine containment efforts. The Ministry of Public Health confirmed 72 new cases on Sunday over the previous 24 hours, a record single-day increase with 29 additional deaths.
Cybersecurity startup Nucor emerged from stealth with $66 million in funding on Monday, aiming to solve a challenge it believes many companies will soon face as they deploy AI agents. How to authenticate, govern and control them at scale. The seed round was led by cybersecurity-focused venture firm Cyberstarts, with participation from Index Ventures and Evolution Equity Partners, valuing Nucor at $300 million after investment.
Pakistan Army has announced online registration for medical cadets in the Army Medical College Rawalpindi for the 51st MBBS and 29th BDS entry 2026. According to the advertisement, male candidates who meet the required age and education criteria can apply online from the 15th of June 2026. The registration process will remain open until 14th of July 2026.
The anti-corruption establishment ACE has registered a case over alleged financial irregularities in the Yellow Line Bus Rapid Transit BRT project. Former project director Zamir Abbasi and procurement director Juman Das have been named in the case, which relates to the alleged mismanagement of billions of rupees in project funds. The federal government has projected higher receipts from the mobile handset levy in the budget 2026-27. Setting a target of $14 billion compared to the budget estimate of $12 billion for 2025-26. Contrary to reporting by other newspapers, the government hasn't increased the tax levy. Instead, it has only set a higher target for levy collection in the new fiscal year. According to Met Office, a westerly wave is likely to approach upper parts of the country from 16th June and likely to persist till 20th June. Moist currents from Arabian Sea are also likely to penetrate upper and central parts from 16th June under the influence of this weather system.
Pakistan Air Force, PAF, has announced new civilian vacancies for 2026. As per the latest advertisement, applications are invited for medical assistant, draftsman and cook posts. The online registration will start on the 15th of June 2026 and will remain open until the 28th of June 2026. All interested candidates can submit their applications through the official PAF recruitment website. Applicants are also required to have basic computer knowledge. as the registration process will be completed online.
Let me ask you a question. If you somehow manage to warp through a wall into a void where there is neither time nor space, just endless, yellow corridors, would you go it's the seemingly infinite halls? Now let me ask you another question. If you did go exploring said halls, ran back to the wall you entered through and managed to return to the real world, would you go back into the void? Would you go back into the void again? South Waziristan. The district administrations of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa's Upper South Waziristan and Lower South Waziristan imposed Section 144 in several areas on Monday due to security concerns and the movement of security forces. Officials said, according to separate notifications issued by the deputy commissioners of both districts, restrictions have been enforced on public movement in designated areas, while several key roads have been temporarily closed to ensure the smooth movement of security personnel and logistical convoys.
United States President Donald Trump has announced what he has described as a great deal to end the war with Iran, as officials in Tehran and Washington outline an agreement that would bring an immediate halt to hostilities after more than 100 days of conflict. Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif said a signing ceremony for the agreement will take place in Switzerland on Friday. Kyiv, Ukraine, after almost 7 hours in a kilometers-long snail-paced line made up of hundreds of cars at a gas station near Crimea's administrative capital, Simferopol Dilyava was lucky enough to buy gas. He paid $22 for 20 litres, 5.3 gallons. For the first time, an Earth observation satellite has found what it was looking for, on its own, without human analysts on the ground. The milestone, which occurred in April, marks the first reported use of a vision language model in orbit and offers a glimpse of how AI could fundamentally change what space-based sensors are capable of and how much they're worth. Typically, satellites download large chunks of data to analysts on the Earth below, who use machine learning algorithms or their own eyes to figure out what's going on. But on board YAM-9, a spacecraft built by space infrastructure company Loft Orbital, a software package built by NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory identified areas of interest in response to natural language queries.
The government has proposed an allocation of $16.29 billion for ongoing projects of the Information Technology and Telecommunication Division under the Public Sector Development Programme, PSDP 2026-27. The funding is aimed at sustaining major digital infrastructure, innovation and development across the country that are already under implementation across the country.
The joint team of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Police and Chhasadar won a thrilling dragon boat race held on the Kabul River during the first ever Dragon Boat Festival in Pakistan. Organised in Peshawar, the Sports Writers Association secured second place, while the Peshawar High Court team finished third in the competition, which featured over 100 participants from multiple teams.
Artificial intelligence is helping workers finish old tasks faster, but it is also creating a new layer of work inside companies, according to a new report cited by the Los Angeles Times. Paul Leonardi, Duca Family Professor of Technology Management at UC Santa Barbara, said many people do not realize how much time they spend managing AI's tools before getting the productivity gains they claim. The City Traffic Police Lahore, CPL, has introduced a special Sunday licensing facility for rickshaw drivers to make it easier for them to obtain driving licenses and comply with traffic regulations. Under the initiative, rickshaw drivers can apply for driving licenses every Sunday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Manawan Licensing Centre, where dedicated arrangements have been made to facilitate applicants.